and higher education. In the heart of Istanbul, a next-generation campus where dreams are transformed into projects. BAU Campus.
Yes, this is basically the South Campus, or what we call the main campus of BAU, that is located in Beşiktaş, in the European part of Istanbul. Now, which students will be studying here? Now, in this campus, only students of the Engineering and Natural Sciences faculty, which include basically programs such as AI engineering, computer, software, information security technology, for those who are looking for programs that are similar to cybersecurity. We also have other programs such as mechatronics engineering, biomedical engineering, molecular biology and genetics. We have also civil engineering, industrial engineering, energy systems engineering as well, and many more, as you can see here listed under the Faculty of Engineering and Natural Sciences. All of them are taught in English and are 4 years long. And next to this faculty, we'll find also the Faculty of Economics, Administrative, and Social Sciences, basically my own faculty. So if you're a student who's interested in departments like business administration, economics and finance, economics, international finance and banking, or perhaps my program, international trade and business, or psychology or sociology, you'll be studying in this campus as well. And the third faculty we'll find in this campus as well would be the Educational Sciences faculty, under which we offer only one program, which is the English language teaching, to which we offer up to a 30% scholarship. That is why you have the arrow over here indicating the scholarship offered there. We also offer the law program here at BAU, but it's one of the few programs that are taught in the Turkish language, actually 70% in Turkish and 30% in English. So that is why you have the TR sign next to it, contrary to the rest of the programs. And it has its own building, which is 2 minutes away by walking distance from this campus. Now, these are the bachelor programs that are taught here. However, also in this campus, you'll find master's programs. Now, while bachelor studies are done within the day in the mornings, the master's classes are actually evening classes. Therefore, the classes start from 7 to 10 p.m. And when it comes to the language of education of the master's classes, that actually depends on the program that you have picked. So let's see together some of the programs of some of our master's programs. Now, for the Graduate School of Social Sciences, we'll find programs ranging from private law, public law, financial technologies, for example, capital markets and commercial law. As you can see next to these programs, you have some annotations that are listed right here. So for example, for financial technologies, this program is only offered in the English language, but is offered as both a thesis and non-thesis program. However, for the International Trade and Law program, for example, it is offered only in the Turkish language. That's why you have the TR sign, and both as a thesis and non-thesis program. For you to understand more, what does a thesis and non-thesis program mean? Actually, a thesis program means that it's a 2-year-long program. And the first year, they have their classes, their evening classes. And in the second year, they start writing their thesis for an entire year with the supervision of their advisors of their choice. However, for non-thesis programs, it will be 1 year and a half. So the first year, they take their classes in the evening, but in the last semester that is left, that one, they have to work on their graduation projects along with their advisors again. So that would be for the annotations of the master's programs. Here, as you can see, again, for the Graduate School of Social Sciences, we have more programs coming. So whether it is global affairs, clinical psychology, cinema and television, advanced acting, executive MBA, MBA itself, marketing, music, philosophy as well, public law. But as you can see, some programs are only offered in Turkish and some are only offered in English and some are offered in both languages. That is why for the language of instruction of the programs, you have to make sure when you're picking your program. Now, the second graduate school we offer would be the Graduate School of Natural and Applied Sciences, basically for students who are interested in more engineering-related or architecture-related programs. And here we'll find architecture programs such as architecture, aviation management, artificial intelligence. We'll find interior design, mechatronic engineering, cybersecurity, computer engineering, bioengineering, big data analytics and management for students who want to mix the engineering aspect and the business aspect of things, for example, information technologies, electronics engineering, and many more other programs awaiting you in the Graduate School of Natural Sciences. Now, for the Graduate School of Health Sciences, you'll find mainly programs such as neuroscience, chiropractic, family counseling, sport management, physiotherapy, rehabilitation. Now, mainly for the Health Sciences Graduate School, all programs are offered in Turkish, except for physiotherapy and rehabilitation and neuroscience. These are the programs in which you can study in English. And then the last graduate school will be the Graduate School of Educational Sciences, under which we'll find only one program, which is the English Language Education program. It is, of course, taught in English, but is offered both as a thesis and non-thesis programs. And of course, for those who want to have a distance education and study from home without traveling abroad, we do offer online programs. Therefore, you'll find programs such as English education, language education, global politics, international relations, instructional technologies, human resources management, marketing, and MBA. But these programs are all non-thesis, meaning that they are only 1 year and a half long. So now let's talk about the tuition fees when it comes to master's programs and the scholarships. Now, actually, it is very easy. So for thesis programs that are 2 year long, the entire 2 years would be $14,000. Unless you have a very good GPA in your bachelor's, which is over 2.7, then you will acquire a 25% scholarship, and therefore your thesis program's tuition fee will be narrowed down to $10,500 instead of $14,000. This payment can be done in 3 installments, making each installment $3,500 only, which you pay for the first 3 semesters. For non-thesis programs, which are 1 year and a half long, now the entire tuition fee of the program is $12,000, but if you have 25% scholarship, it will be narrowed down to $9,000, making each installment $3,000 and all. Again, you only pay for 3 installments. For clinical psychology and MBA, however, the tuition fee is $18,000. After the scholarship, it will be $13,500. Again, it would be paid in 3 installments. For distance education programs, on the other hand, the tuition fee for the entire 1 year and a half program is $7,000. And these are the only graduate programs to which we do not offer any scholarships. So that's for masters, and that's for masters, both thesis and non-thesis programs. Now let's get back to our campus tours to the North Campus to talk more about our bachelor's programs. In here, we'll find mainly the Faculty of Architecture and Design, which is the faculty that this campus is most famous for, under which we'll find the programs such as architecture, industrial design, interior architecture, and of course, our textile and fashion design program. And then you'll also find another faculty, which is for the applied sciences. So if you're interested in programs such as pilotage or in becoming a pilot, you could actually study the pilotage program at BAU, which is 4 year long, actually. And if you're interested in becoming a chef, you'll also find the gastronomy and culinary art program in this campus, next to which you'll find the restaurant in which our students work. And the last faculty you'll find in this campus will be the Faculty of Health Sciences, that would be offering programs such as nursing, nutrition dietetics, physiotherapy and rehabilitation, angiology, and so on. Now, make no mistakes, here for the health sciences programs, as you can see, you have the EN/TR sign. It's because these programs are offered in both languages, so you have the right to pick the language. Now, my second favorite campus actually here at the university, that would be Galata campus, because it's mainly famous for the communication faculty, actually. So students of this faculty study there. You'll find programs ranging from film and television to cartoon and animation, advertising, new media, PR and publicity, communication and design. And I like to call these students the creative minds, since they are the ones that deal with design. So again, for these programs, we offer up to a 30% scholarships for those who apply to it. And make no mistake, just so you guys know, we actually have our own boat shuttle that would take students from the South Campus to the Galata campus when they're taking different electives, or when they're doing their double majors. Moving on, and now I'll be talking about the conservatory faculty. Now, for the conservatory faculty, actually, it has its own campus as well, which you can see in the video right here. Under this faculty, you'll find 4 programs that are taught 70% in Turkish and 30% in English, which are music, performing arts, music technologies, and vocal training. Now, these are programs that require the portfolio. Hello, Usaini. I will get back to your question in a bit as soon as we're done with the presentation. Please be a little bit more patient, and we'll be going to the breakout rooms real soon. Now, the last campuses I'll be touring with you right now, and the last programs that I'll be talking about with you now, that would be our medical programs. So at BAU, of course, we offer the medicine program, which is a 6-year-long program in English. For medicine, you have your own campus, which is in the Asian side of Istanbul, next to which you'll have the medical hospital where you'll be working from the 1st year to the 6th year. Now, what makes medicine so special at BAU is the fact that other than that it's taught in English, while you're studying here in Turkey, actually, you'll be following the curriculum of the country in the English language. Actually, integrated, you'll be also studying the American curriculum. Therefore, by the time you finish your 6 years of med school at BAU, you'll be able to sit for the US bar exam of the medical exam, which is the US MLE exam, and continue your studies in the United States later on. Usman and Zoom users, sorry, I'll get back to you soon. For the dental medicine program, on the other hand, it is actually in the European side. It has again its own campus, above which you'll find the dental hospital where students do their rotations and work, starting from their first year. But of course, your load of work gets heavier and heavier in your last years. And for both medicine and dentistry students, we also give you the Turkish language classes, just because since you'll be treating patients both international and local, you will definitely need the Turkish language as an asset. The third program here to mention, and our last, would be the pharmacy program, which is again a 5-year-long program taught in English language. Students here, they study, they do their practical works or the laboratories here in the South Campus next to the engineering faculty's laboratories, and they take their theoretical classes in the North Campus, which is the campus for the architecture faculty over there in health sciences. Now, to move on and to answer, I believe the question that I will be asked the most today, that would be the scholarships that we offer. And when it comes to that for BAU, we offer scholarships to specific programs, which are programs that are listed over here. Basically, if you're applying for a program under the Faculty of Communication or Health Sciences, Conservatory, or perhaps the program of English language education, or even English language teaching, or the gastronomy and culinary arts, you will be automatically considered for a scholarship. However, if you're applying for another program that is not listed here, unfortunately, the only scholarship we can offer would be the Academic Achievement Award, which is a grant that is given to the first and second students after they become students at BAU. So after spending at least 1 year at the university. Other than that, moving on, of course, we offer a sibling scholarship. So if you and your sibling are both going to be studying a bachelor degree here at BAU, both of you will be entitled for a 10% discount. But other than that, when it comes to opportunities, we push our students to go for double majors and minors. So if you're a good student who has a good GPA above 3 out of 4 after the first year, you have the right to pretty much pick any other program and study it for free as a double major. Or if your GPA is lower than 3 but still above 2.5, you have the right to pick a minor instead. But if you're a good student who has a minimum of 3, you can actually pick both
I am sorry.
and the minor.
I have questions.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I am from Uzbekistan.
Okay.
If we don't have money,
Yeah.
can you speak Uzbek?
I can't speak Uzbekche, but would you mind please being patient until I'm done? Because if I answer your question, I would have to answer everyone's question. Can you please be a little bit patient? 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so as I was mentioning, so for double majors and minors, you have the right to pick other programs and study it for free and graduate with more than one diploma for the price of one. So there is that. But one thing that I would like to mention that really touched my own international experience here at BAU, that would be the Career Center of the university named Co-op. Now, this Career Center does many things, whether it is to share with you the open job opportunities, whether they are part-time, internship level, or full-time, whether it is to organize some camps at the university to bring different firms and their human resources department for you to share your CV, or to bring CEOs to talk about their careers. But mainly, the thing that I love the most is that they have their own courses. So you, as a student, starting from your second year, you have to pick electives, actually. Among these electives, you'll find courses that are named this way. For example, Netflix, Series Script Writing, or for example, AWS Academy, Cloud Computing Fundamentals, Mercedes-Benz, Commercial Vehicle Engineering. One more course that I took myself was with the United Nations, Sustainable Management, and many other courses are available. So we actually pretty much have around more than 200 courses that are offered every semester for you as students to pick. And when you pick one of these courses right here, for example, let's talk about the Mercedes one, this actually means that the recruiter of Mercedes-Benz will be coming coming to the university to teach the students who have picked this course how does Mercedes-Benz operate in the field of commercial vehicle engineering. This will enable students to enlarge their network and at the same time get to know recruiters from different industries. Every semester you have the right to pick such courses, so this is the best way I could think of for you to enlarge your networks and meet people from different industries while you are international students at BAU. So there is that, but opportunities never cease. So since we are in a global universities and we already have exchange programs to our own branches, of course, we also offer exchange, the Erasmus Plus exchange program. As a university that is accredited in Europe, our students have the right to go on different exchange programs for a duration of 1 semester up to a year in our partnered European universities. And other than that, I don't know if you guys mentioned that first when we were going next to some programs, we had a black dot next to it. Actually, that dot is for the dual up program. So if you're a student who's interested in business programs or architecture or communication and design, in your last year, you have the right to get a scholarship from our university, and we will send you to our International University of Applied Sciences for you to stay there 1 more year and get your second diploma from Germany. And you'll also get an 18-month work permit that will be valid in all Europe for you to find a job once you graduate from there. This opportunity is for the students of these programs that are listed over here. Also, if you remembered, I mentioned that the law program that we offer is actually the Turkish law, and that is conducted 70% in Turkish and 30% in English. While we always encourage our international students to go for political science international relations, for those who still want to continue with the law program, we actually have a long-standing partnership with the University of Kansas School of Law. And you, as students, once you graduate from BAU, you could actually go to this university in Kansas, do your master's degree, and once you sit for the bar exam of the United States, you'll be able to work in 5 different states, which are New York, California, Washington, Georgia, and Wisconsin. So these are the opportunities that you have here at BAU as students to get extra diplomas, whether it's from Germany or from the United States. Now, before we end and before we go to our breakout room sessions, I just want to talk real quick about social life here at BAU. Please, let's keep our mics muted for a minute. So when it comes to social life here at BAU, here we talk about BISC, which is BAU International Student Committee, and it's basically the voice of all international students here at the university. So with BISC, we pretty much celebrate a lot of things, whether it is homecoming events, Independence Days, Christmas events, iftar for Ramadan, orientation events, gaming events, but specifically the biggest event of the year for BISC and for international students at BAU would be the International Day, which will be happening this year on the 14th of June. So I would recommend watching it live on BISC BAU on Instagram for you to get the diversity vibe of BAU. But now I would like to leave you all with a short video to see last year's edition of the International Day. So let's watch it all together, and I hope you get to see your country there. I'm pretty sure my peers from Tunisia will be able to see their own flag.
معلش انت بتتكلمي عربي؟
هو انا بحكي عربي بس ممكن بعدين ثواني.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, I'm sorry. I guess we're having
Hello.
some internet problems, so it's lagging a little bit, but it's on YouTube. You can go ahead and watch it, and I'm sorry for that. but I'll keep on going. Sorry, guys, for those who have been unmuting themselves. I will be answering your questions real soon. Just please be more patient a little bit as we're almost done. So to summarize what we've been going through, I actually wanted to talk about what are the things that I believe a student should look at when joining a university. And for me, these points are actually four. So first of all, here, I want to talk about technology part. So when picking a university has to follow certain standards when it comes to its innovation and technology. So here, when it comes to BAU, when you go, whether when you go visiting its campuses or its facilities, such as the medical hospitals as well, you will see that actually BAU has the latest innovations and the best facilities there. Global as well. The second part would be global, and here I'm talking about the network this university would grant you. And here, other than the exchange programs that we offer you, just like you have exchange programs, your professors as well have exchange programs. So they're coming from different places around the world. Also, let's not forget the 8,500 international students that are available in the university. So that's already a network for you to take an advantage of here at the university. Prestige-wise here, and I'm talking about basically the accreditation of the university, the language of its programs. So when it comes to BAU is actually ranked within the first 200 young universities, and it's actually one of the few universities to be accredited by the United Nations. And most of our programs, as you saw, are in the English language. Social life-wise, I know I've only spoken about BISC because that's the club that interests international students the most. However, at the university, we offer more than 80 clubs, whether it is for sailing, whether it is for scuba diving, or for motorcycle riding, fashion clubs, or even for your own programs. We do have such clubs at the university. And one thing that BAU promises you is that you'll always remain a tourist when you're going sightseeing from one campus to another. So when it comes to the applications, actually, whether you're interested in bachelor's or graduate programs, how to apply, it's actually very easy. You just have to go to the website, which is int.bau.edu.tr, as it is indicated down there. And then you just have to fill in your personal information by creating your account, select the term of the studies. Now, guys, I just want to bring your attention to one thing. Please make sure that you know that for bachelor's programs, we only have one intake. So if you want to join us for bachelor's, you can only apply for fall 26, 27. We do not offer a spring intake for bachelor's. We only offer a spring intake for a master's and postgraduate studies. So if you're going for bachelor's, make sure you pick fall 2026, 2027. For the rest, you can go ahead and choose. And then you pick the program that you wish to apply for, fill in your personal information, you fill in your educational background, and then you basically upload the required documents. So if you're interested in applying for an undergraduate program, so a bachelor's or an associate degree, we only ask of you your passport copy, as well as your high school transcripts and your high school diploma. If you're in your last year, if you're a senior in your high school, please do not worry. You can upload your passport and all of your transcripts until your last grade's first semester. Basically, this grade's first semester, that would be enough. You can later on share your diploma once you get it. Optional, not mandatory, but definitely recommend to have would be the English standardized tests. So if you have a TOEFL IBT or PT academic with these minimum scores, you would actually be exempted from the English proficiency exam of the university. If not, you will just have to take the university's proficiency exam after registration. If you're interested in postgraduate studies, basically master's, we will ask then your passport, your undergraduate transcripts, and your undergraduate diploma. Again, optional, not mandatory, would be the English standardized tests. So for TOEFL IBT, minimum of 79. But some programs do require TOEFL IBT, such as the Executive MBA program and the Clinical Psychology programs. But for Turkish taught programs, of course, we would ask then for the TOMAR B2 certificate. Otherwise, you'll just have to take the university's English or Turkish proficiency exam, depending on the language of instruction of the program that you have chosen. So thank you all for bearing with me till now. Thank you all for being so patient. This is how you can reach us out. And now we'll be actually going to breakout rooms. So you could go ahead and pick undergraduate or graduate there. And if you're interested in if you have just finished your high school studies or going to finish your high school studies, make sure that you pick the undergraduate room, please. If you have finished your bachelor's, your first university degree, and interested in the master's programs or PhD, please go ahead and pick the graduate room. For undergraduate, you'll see me there, and I'll be answering all your questions. So please go ahead and pick your own room by yourself. I'll be going to the undergraduate room as we're speaking.
Hello guys, so the main session has ended. Right now you are going to be divided into the breakout room so that you can ask your question to the admission team. If you are unable to go to the breakout rooms, please write it on the chat box which degree you're interested in so that I can send you to the related room. To go to the breakout rooms, you are going to click on more, the three dots, and then you will see the breakout rooms. When you click on that breakout rooms button, you are going to see two options. If you are a newly high school graduate, please go to the undergrad room. And if you are already studying in uni and looking for master's or PhD programs, please go to the graduate room. The admission team will be waiting for you there. If you are unable to go, please write it on the chat box so that I can send you there. Thank you so much for bearing with us. All right, Tala, I'm sending you to the undergrad room. Jeremiah, also, I'll send you to the undergrad room. You're going to receive a notification. Please approve it, guys. Samira to the grad. Layan to undergrad. Levant also to undergrad. Yusuf also to undergrad. All right, Eliza, I'm sending you to the grad room. Abdul Bari and Al Maruf also to the graduate room. Interested in political science from Kenya, Benson, I'm sending you to the undergrad room as well. Fatima to the undergrad. Farah also to the undergrad. I'm sending you to the rooms, guys, but you are going to receive a notification. Please approve it. Gürsu, you are going to go to the master's room. Okay, guys, if you wanted to go yourself, you are going to click on more and you are going to see the breakout rooms. And you have two options there. If you are a newly high school graduate, you are going to select the undergrad room for bachelor's programs. And if you're already studying in a uni or if you're about to graduate from uni and looking for master's or PhD programs, you are going to go to the graduate room for master's or PhD programs. Zuhra, I'm sending you to the undergrad. Sarvinos to the master's. Hasibur to the undergrad. Tala, you are going to receive the notification here on Zoom, actually. I already sent the notification to you. You just need to approve it. Abdullah to the undergrad. Anton, please, can you write which room you wanted to go? I can send you there. I think you're interested in master's programs. Okay, Asif, PhD. All right, guys. Oliver, Abdullahi, Helena, Sonal, Florence, I can still see you there. So if you have any questions to ask the admission team, you need to go to the related room because the main session has ended and your questions are going to be answered on the breakout rooms. If you are unable to go, please let me know on the chat box which room you wanted to go so that I can send you there. Yusuf to bachelors. Yusuf, you received the notification. Please approve it. All right, Tala. I'm going to send it to you again. Guys, I'm going to repeat it for the newcomers. So the main session has ended. Right now, your questions are going to be answered by the admission team in the breakout rooms. If you are a newly high school graduate, you need to go to the undergrad room to get to know more about the bachelor's programs. And if you are already studying in a uni and if you are looking for master's or PhD programs, you need to go to the graduate room and your questions will be answered there. To be able to go to the rooms, you are going to click on more, the three dots, and you will see an icon consist of 4 squares and it says breakout rooms. So when you click, you are going to see 2 options. One of them is for bachelors, one of them is for masters. Please go to the related room. Dear Yusuf, I said if you are a newly high school graduate, you need to go to the undergrad bachelor's room. I already sent you to the room actually, but you just need to approve it. So can you please click on OK on your breakout room section? Hello, guys. I'm going to repeat it for the newcomers.